Listen up.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, Kel.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to a special bonus podcast for Friday. Because there was no official show today on a Friday, thanks to the hard work of producer Casey, who is actually here. Hey Casey.
Hello, I am real.
She is real, and she has really done a lot of hard work in editing together Show 3000. Do we remember Show 3000, everybody?
It was extraordinary. It was one of the highlights of my career in radio. We've done 17 years on radio, 13 years doing this show, so the 13 years equates to around 3,000 episodes. It was an emotional morning. I'm so glad we're putting it on a podcast form because I've had so many people who wanted to hear it back because there were so many stories of lives being touched and changed through this little show, and that is a very special thing. So it was one of my favourite mornings of all time ever.
Well, a big thanks to Casey, who combed those several hours of Show 3000 to bring you nothing but the highlights. And here they are now on a special bonus Friday podcast, Show 3000, everybody.
The Lucy and Kel podcast. This is Show 3000.
Live from Mitcham Social, and a massive thank you to everybody who's turned up so early this morning. We have a live studio audience for the first time in I don't know how long.
I know, it's been a long time, hasn't it?
Thank you, everybody. Are you all enjoying your breakfast?
Good.
Good.
Great. Can I get anybody anything? Anybody need anything? Coffee orders? All right, good.
Lucy's going to wait some tables a little later on. Speaking of food orders.
Many years ago, there was a segment we ran every week for quite a long time called What Won't They Gravy? Does anybody remember What Won't They Gravy? Yeah.
Well, it was a long time ago, and Lucy and I had a lot of time on our hands, so we decided to work out a bit of a social experiment that involved us going through the drive-thru.
I believe it was Macca's. They used to do gravy-loaded fries. We asked ourselves as a team, I wonder what they will not gravy. Like they'll just say, we're not going to put gravy on that. So we
thought it would end at gravy-loaded fries.
Yeah.
The gravy was for the fries, and that was it.
So I think the first time we took a camera, we went through the drive-thru, and I think we went, could we order a chicken burger and will you pour gravy on the burger? And they did it without even thinking. They were fine with that. No problem at all.
We thought we were going to get in trouble with the McDonald's police.
Yeah.
But they said, yep, we can gravy your chicken burger.
Yep.
We went through the drive-thru, successful gravy chicken burger, which was delicious.
Yeah, and then we thought, well, we'll go back the next week and we'll say, could you put gravy all over an apple pie? And again, they're like, yep, no problems. And by the way, that was delicious.
That's also, it's a delightful Christmas treat.
Oh my gosh.
Gravy and apple pie.
Yeah.
Try it for yourself.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Then we ran out of ideas, so we started getting desperate.
Yeah, we started going, surely there's a line where they'll say we're just not going to gravy that. So we did a few other things. We went through and we said, could we order a latte? Could you put a shot of gravy in the coffee?
And they said?
Yes.
Yes.
And we called it a beef coffee, and then we named it a boffy. And then we actually drank the boffee.
It was quite good.
It wasn't that bad.
So far, anything you add gravy to is amazing.
It's not bad. When we ran out of ideas and they just kept putting gravy on anything, we thought, can we go through and ask, can you just gravy some gravy? Could we just have a cup of gravy? Could we buy that from this establishment?
We've got some audio from Shenanigans through the drive-thru asking for gravy. So a bit of a flashback on Show 3000 with Lucy and Kel. Have a listen to this.
Hi there. Could I please have a small Coke?
Anything else?
Could you hold the Coke and just fill it with gravy instead?
Sorry?
Could you hold the Coke and just have a cup of gravy?
Give me one sec. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks, drive through.
Thank you. There's something so enjoyable about that.
On a quiet Friday night.
A roaring fire.
Yep. A George Clooney movie.
Cup of gravy.
Ladies.
It was a cup of gravy with a straw, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
When you're feeling really sad,
Yeah.
if you're feeling so sad,
Yeah.
just a cup of gravy.
It was good. We sat in that car park with producer Sensible Gabby and we all drank a cup of gravy and it was really delicious.
Sadly, they're not doing gravy anymore.
No!
And also, word got around to all the local franchises and they were made aware of two complete buffoons driving through drive-thrus asking for them to gravy all manner of the food items that the store delivered. So.
Yes. And then I think from memory, we also ended up doing a special thing where we met all the listeners at a Macca's and then they had to find us in the Macca's and whisper, gravy me, and then they got free chips.
This is Show 3000.
Broadcasting live from the Mitcham Social on a Friday morning in Melbourne. It is Lucy Kel.
And just a few friends.
And a couple of hundred close personal friends.
It is so overwhelming. We have just been out and said a few quick hellos in that little break. We mingled.
And you've learned a lot in the 30 seconds you're out there.
Well, it's so lovely to see some old friends, the lovely Barb, Salvatore, the young boy who always texts us in, is sitting in the front row.
We learnt that he starts fires.
Yeah, he texted us yesterday. He started a house fire. And now he's here.
That might be an exaggeration. Barb's is here,
yes,
one of the
Barb's,
greats.
Taylor
from
Juliet,
Moorabbin.
I see over there. Aurelio was around. I know so many of you as well.
You're all superstars. We'll all say hello eventually.
But most excited just in that little break. I just met the lovely Jessie. Where is she? Jessie's over there, Jessie. And Jessie just introduced me to her daughter. And her daughter is called Lucy, and she was named after me, and I never knew.
Wow.
Oh, it's made my day.
That is...
Has literally been my dream.
Lucy could go home now. That's all she needs to know.
The most named dog in Australia is Lucy, and I really detest that fact. So I'm so glad that it's you and me and lots of dogs, Lucy. So
anyone named Kel?
You know, any sons named Kel?
Carl?
None?
Kevin?
No? Cole?
No.
All right.
Show 3000.
Casey has given us an audio file to play, which we have not yet heard, which is apparently some sort of montage of guests, really.
So as you listen to this, either here at Mitcham Social or at home right now, you're listening to it the same time we are.
Lucy and Kel, 300,000 shows. Who would have ever thought that... Sorry? Lucy and Kel, 3,000 shows. How amazing.
Hello, you two. It's Cam here. Congratulations on your 3,000th show. Can you believe that means we've stared through the studio window at each other 3,000 times?
Hey guys, it's Noddy Sharma. Lucy and Kel, 3,000 shows. That is absolutely incredible and worth celebrating.
Hello, Dr. Jodie Richardson here from the Well Hello Anxiety podcast. Lucy and Kel, congratulations on this unbelievable milestone.
G'day, it's Dr. Justin Coulson here. I have a limerick for you. For 3,000 shows, they've been sharing great wisdom with hearts that are caring. Through laughter and tears, they've blessed countless ears. My friends, what a gift you keep bearing.
Lucy and Kel, it's Michelle Mitchell here, and I hear that we are celebrating 3,000 morning breakfast shows. You know, whenever you are in the car, when I'm in an Uber, I hear your voices and they're just yapping away in the background, and I quietly smile because I know that you're unconsciously just making such a difference in the world.
Hi Lucy, hi Kel, it's me, Emma Watkins, or sometimes Emma, and I just wanted to say a huge congratulations on 3,000 shows.
Hey Lucy and Kel, congratulations on hitting 3,000 shows. It's such a phenomenal milestone to celebrate, and I'm so grateful that I get to celebrate it with you.
Hey guys, it's producer Aizen here. Happy 3,000 shows to Lucy and Kel. Amazing memories that we had together, all the laughs that we had off air.
Hi Lucy and Kel, Taryn Stokes here. I just wanted to say a huge congratulations on your 3,000th. You guys are such a light and hope to everyone who listens to your show, and I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for having such a great positive place for my children to be able to listen to as well. And you guys are just a light. You're amazing, and I've loved every time I've got to have an interview with you guys.
Well, there you go.
Oh, that was lovely.
A cast of thousands.
Oh, that was very sweet.
Just some of the names in there. We have Heath, who was a huge part of our time at 89.9 The Light, and also does the Father Figures podcast here at Positive Media. Cam, of course, from The Daily.
Yeah, we love Cam.
We love Cam. Cam's one of the OGs. He is like a brother to us. And one of my fondest memories was when, and this is all the true story, I was broadcasting in what we call Studio 1, and Cam sits in Studio 2. And many, many years ago, somebody drove a car into the building.
Into the studio.
I know we've talked about the building being on fire before, but we haven't told you the story where somebody reversed a car directly into Studio 2.
Yeah.
And I'm talking straight through into the wall, into Studio 2. Glass shattering, bricks, mortar, dust.
Yeah.
And Cam just sat there and continued to broadcast.
All the boys
And I looked
did.
at Cam, and I was like, do you understand what's happening right now, Cam? Cam said, I've got a job to do. I'm a radio guy and nothing will stop me doing radio. Round of applause for Cam Want, everybody.
That's good.
Dr. Jody, Dr.
We
Justin
love her.
Coulson.
Yeah, Michelle Mitchell, some amazing people we've had on the show, parenting experts.
Emma Memma.
We love Emma Memma.
What a delight. And our ex-producer, Aizen.
Yes.
Not as good as producer Casey, everybody. But still a delightful human being. I think it goes to show you that, and a lot of those individuals are a huge part of our show.
Yeah.
We could not be celebrating Show 3000 without the help of a lot of those individuals who have invested their time into the show as well.
Much smarter people than us.
Much smarter people than ourselves. That was a lovely bit of audio that Lucy and I were not expecting. So thank you, everybody.
That was absolutely lovely.
This is Show 3000.
We're about to welcome a very special guest to Show 3000. He's been a huge part of the show. As we famously say here at Lucy and Kel for breakfast, we could not do a show like Lucy and Kel without you, the Light family. We have so many people that have chosen to invest into the show, to open up about their story, to have fun with us. I would love you to put your hands together and a massive round of applause for a very special guest this morning. Everybody, it's Trucker Steve.
Oh.
Good morning. Blessings all.
How great to... Well, we've met Steve many times before. In fact, Steve, who is a trucker, once drove his truck to the station, parked it out the front and tooted the horn just because I wanted him to do that.
You got very excited.
How big was that truck? That was a big one, like a 18-wheeler, just for the fun of it. So he has been an absolute joy for us to know for so many years. Steve has actually listened to The Light since its probably very inception, well before Kel and I were even here. You're one of the very OGs, but you've been on the journey with us for a long time, and you've come on air many times during appeals especially, and you've shared your life and your heart, because you have gone through a lot, Steve. Would you, in however you feel comfortable, maybe summarise what that journey has looked like for you, what you've gone through and what the light has been in your life during that time?
Well, first of all, on behalf of everybody, congratulations on 3,000 shows.
Yeah, that's very kind.
Without you guys behind the scenes and all that help is there as well, I mean, I wouldn't be standing here today. I can tell you that for now. You know, from what I've been through, what my family's been through, you know, living up to expectations of a father figure, trying to hold life together, and then trying to fix things it's out of your control. You got to just hand over to God every day and leave it at the foot of the cross and go, you've got this, God. And then you guys come on the air with an inspired word, fantastic music, words to live by.
Yeah.
And then the camaraderie and the fun and games and the antics we have as well. You know, it's all wrapped up in one nice little package to support everybody. And everybody's part of a big family. And that's what we are, a big family community. So...
Trucker Steve is one of the rare breed of individuals, and I'm singling out my area of the world, a male who is more than happy to open up about some tough stuff that has been going on in your life, Trucker Steve, and to do it on the radio, to talk about your life and some of the struggles that you have been facing, some of the hurdles that you are facing and have also overcome. It is an honour to be able to have you standing here. For as many years as you've been a supporter of the Light family and the radio station, I think I cannot be more proud of somebody like yourself that has the guts to talk about some of the tough stuff of life, and feel free to share it to people who are listening, because we have upwards of 400,000 people listening to the station. And your stories, I know, touch the hearts of so many people listening, especially people that might feel like they have to have their life all together and everything has to be flying. Right. And we know none of that is true for everybody in the room. I just wanted to maybe just thank you for that, and also give you a moment just to share about maybe even why you felt you would share those sorts of stories about your family, about your kids, about your wife, about your life, and maybe your philosophy behind sharing and the power behind that.
I look at it as... We're all humans. We all make mistakes. We all struggle. And if I can just put my hand up and say, hey, look, this is what I'm going through, and I can help someone by saying, look, you're not alone. You're never, ever alone in your life and what you do at all. And, you know, if I can put my hand up and say, yep, I've been through my daughter attempting suicide, and not even 12 months later we lost our grandson, and then ongoing problems and issues with my eldest son and things like that. It's just like, God's got this. But if I just stay shut up and don't express or tell people, hey, look, we're only humans, and most guys, fathers know, something breaks, you want to fix it. You just want to get in their hands on.
Yeah.
And with my daughter, it took me over 6 months and lots of sessions to figure out that eating disorders, it just isn't, here's a plate of food, eat it.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing process. But in my mind, I was thinking, a couple of days we'll have this sorted. Yeah. It doesn't work that way at all.
And the beauty about you, Trucker Steve, is that you take us on that journey about initially how you want to fix the problem within 30 seconds, but us guys, we need to realise that things take time.
Oh, well and truly. And even working on myself, that's a big work in progress as well.
Yeah.
So, looking back on my past, I was going, crikey, Dick. I shouldn't be here.
Yep.
The things I've done, the things I've seen. Like my daughter goes, are you 150 or 160 this year from the stories I've told and we sit down and talk about.
And even in the last 2 weeks, you text into the show, a family member had a health diagnosis that was really concerning. You reached out to us. The next day you're like, hey guys, I've been made redundant. And yet you always have this air of joy. You are someone who just lives in this place of great faith and great hope. And I love that you can reach out to us during those times. And when you do, we don't take that lightly. And so you're an extraordinary man. If anyone has a job for Trucker Steve, I will write him a reference. I highly recommend him.
This is Show 3000.
Another special guest joining us, and I might leave Lucy to the introductions.
First of all, you look fabulous. We have the most wonderful Esther. Oh man. No, I don't think I can do it.
Let me start by saying...
Okay, why don't you introduce Esther while I cry quietly next to her?
It's going to be pretty simple. Good morning, Esther.
Good morning. Yes, that would have been a good start.
Esther, thank you so much for being with us. We have a big story, and look, to be fair, it's probably so big we can't contain all of it in the time that we have to talk to you. But I think because Lucy is falling apart right now...
No, it's all right. I'm good.
We'll get the story from Esther's point of view. I think a round of applause for Esther to encourage her, because being on the radio isn't the easiest thing to do when it's not your full-time day job. Esther, we love you. We love what you have contributed with your story in relationship to 89.9 The Light. In your own words this morning, maybe you can take us for a bit of a journey in what you've been through and how The Light helped.
So the story that that I want to sort of draw from is from 4 years ago. I was in a really bad place, just with my marriage breaking down and just a lot of not being sure of what sort of was next for me and where we were sort of going. And I think I was just in a place where I felt like everything was my fault. So I was like, I can't really ask for help because it's all my problem. And if I go to someone, they'll just tell me it's my fault anyway. So I just was sort of in this like whole turmoil. And I was on the highway driving, and I was just in this really dark place. And I just thought, you know what, I really just don't want to do this anymore. And I started veering my car onto the other side, and there was a truck coming, and I was going towards the truck, and I was getting really close. And it was at that point that Lucy and Kel were wrapping up, and it was at that point where they always say, like, you know, love yourself and love others. And Lucy at that point just sort of was like, I just feel really compelled to have to say, like, that we have to love ourselves. And we take so much time to love others and we forget about ourselves. And I just really felt in that moment that God just really spoke to me and just said, it's not over yet. That's not your portion. And I ended up veering off the road and going home, and I started to actually talk to people and getting help. And, you know, 4 years on, like, obviously I'm still standing here. My marriage is getting better and I'm just in a great place now. But yeah, I think if it wasn't for those words that Lucy felt at that time, I wouldn't be standing here today.
Round of applause for Esther, everybody. What a hard story. What a happy ending. Thank you so much for you spoke so eloquently. It's a big story. Lucy is still beside herself at the moment. We do wrap up the show, and this is one of the powers of the radio station. Often Lucy and I don't realise what's happening. We're just doing a breakfast radio show, 3,000 breakfast radio shows where we're just trying to entertain people. Sometimes we talk about deeper stuff. And at the end of the show, we often say, it's time to wrap up the show, everybody. We say, good day to you, sir. Good day to you, sir. And we say the phrase, don't forget to love yourself as well as each other. And then, yeah, Lucy just decided to riff off that for a little bit. And we had no idea what Esther was going through at that exact point in time, but that's the power of the radio station. We know the radio station works outside of ourselves and works for good.
Yeah, we were doing an appeal obviously keeping the light on the air as a community station, and Esther rang in and shared that story to let everybody know who kept the station on the air. If it wasn't for them and them giving to such an extraordinary mission, that she wouldn't be here. And so we are so, first of all, thankful that you shared that story, because that's very brave. We're so thankful that you are here and that you are thriving. I've had the honour of meeting you before, and we've had our big cries and our hugs many times. But we are just so thankful you're part of the family. And you'll hear Kel and I refer to you as the family, because that's why we do what we do, because we do feel like our family. Someone asked us yesterday, why are you still here? Why are you still doing this? Why are you getting up so early when you're not a morning person? And I'm like, it's the family. It's the family. And you feel like my family, and I don't know how we would ever get through our lives without our family. And so we just absolutely love you, Esther. You are family, and we're so thankful that you've come today. You are one of the most important stories to me, and so I'm really thankful that you can be here and reshare that again.
Thank you.
Well done, guys.
Big cheer for beautiful Esther. So
She's
good.
amazing.
You're listening to Show 3000.
Let's take our minds back to earlier this year. You might remember that a radio announcer on a commercial radio station went on air and spoke about women's sports in a really derogatory way, said the most awful things, and ended up losing his job. He's one of the most well-known broadcasters in the country. Lost his job, and a big dialogue happened about women in sports, and all the media around the country piled on him and the station, and look, rightly so, he did bring that on himself. But at The Light and here at Lucy Kel, we wanted to do something the opposite. We wanted to do something different. What's the point of piling on? He's paid the price. What I wanted was little girls to know how, first of all, loved and important they are, but how brilliant it is when girls get involved in sports. And so we ended up coming on air and saying, look, we're going to pay for a couple of girls to have their season's fees covered for their sports. We were really excited to do that. What happened next, over the next 3 or 4 hours, was just chaotic. The phone lines went into meltdown. We had hundreds of people calling. We had incredible sponsors of the station ring in saying they wanted to give thousands of dollars to pay for more girls to go and do sports. We had little girls on the phone. We had mums on the phone, and we were able at the end of the day to cover just shy of 50 girls' season's fees for so many different sports like netball and soccer, and one girl went and did circus, and I'm like, that's a sport, go do your circus. And 2 of those little girls who were recipients were beautiful girls called Ella and Lana, and they are standing right next to me with Mum Lauren. Hello, guys.
Good.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's all right. I actually went down to their jiu-jitsu class the other night, and I got to watch these 2 little legends in action do jiu-jitsu, and some of their jiu-jitsu girls are here as well. I see you girls. Poppy's over there. And it was, first of all, the class was mostly girls in the jiu-jitsu class. They outnumbered the boys, which was awesome. Also, these girls were being sparred against the boys, didn't bat an eyelid. And I've got to tell you, especially Poppy over there, I would fight with Poppy any day of the year. She was so fierce. I was scared. I'm like, this girl is extraordinary. It was so wonderful just to see girls living their best lives, stepping up, not letting what the world say girls can't do sport or girls can't do jiu-jitsu. It was so exciting. So, Lauren, tell me a little bit about when you heard that segment and you texted in going, my girls want to do this, and we ended up doing it. What was that like for you? I'd love to hear a little bit of your story.
Yeah, so ironically, the girls had just done a trial class. Poppy had invited the girls along, and the same day was the day that radio announcer had said his comments.
Yeah.
But I was unaware of that at the time.
Mhm.
The girls were really excited. They loved their class, and they wanted to sign up straight away. I was really hesitant because it's back in February, right?
Yeah.
And summer's my quiet period. I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
And shuffled some money around, paid for it till the end of that term, and I was like, we'll give it a go. Like, it's jiu-jitsu. They're not going to last. They're little girls, right? And then I heard your monologue the next morning, and when you said, when others go low, the light goes high.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. Like, this is amazing. And I was like, yeah, I want my girls to do jiu-jitsu. Why can't they do jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
So I called up, and I was like in tears. Like, it was such an answer to a prayer because we didn't have the money to go the next step. So I was so grateful to all the individuals and all the businesses that sponsored my girls to do 16 extra weeks of jiu-jitsu.
So good.
Until I had enough work to keep going. So
Oh,
yeah, it's been
amazing.
8 months and we're still doing it.
So good, yes. And they are fierce. Although I will say this, there is a lot of laughter in the classes as well. There's as much laughing as there is sparring. And I
Yes.
did learn from Lauren, the first rule of Jiu-Jitsu Club is no tickling.
No tickling.
Which I was a bit disappointed.
I did not know that.
And I can see, I was there going, I would go the tickle. That
So you're
was-
saying there's no
that's my
tickling in the octagon? All right.
move. So we're so excited that you guys are here, Ella and Lana. We absolutely love you. Now you are still doing your jiu-jitsu. Are you still loving it, girls? What's your most favourite part about it?
Everything.
Everything. And if I asked you, do you think girls can do anything? What would you say?
Yeah.
Good. How about a big yes? Ready? Can girls do anything?
Yes.
Yes.
Good girls. Well, we're so thankful you're part of the family. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for calling in. There were so many mums and dads calling in and so many in tears. A lot of people. Cost of living is wild. We had a lot of people in need who wanted their kids to do things. We had little girls calling in, taking themselves out of sport because of bullying and because of comments like that made by people like that. So we're really proud that, you're right, when others go low, the light goes high as a family, right? That's how we live, right? And that's what we want the light to be known for and this show to be known for. So thank you so much, girls.
Thank you.
Well done, everybody.
This is Show 3000.
Colin, the personal trainer,
Yes,
everybody.
Colin the PT. Now, if you remember back in the day, remember that little thing called the COVID lockdowns? And remember being locked down for nearly 2 years in Melbourne, the most locked down place on the planet. What a dubious honour. But during that time, we got to know Colin really well, and Colin came on week in, week out during COVID, and he taught us all about trying to stay fit and healthy and exercising in our tiny little homes, and we couldn't do anything else. And we would do Zooms with you because we were Zooming from home as well because everybody was broadcasting from home, but you were there helping us, and that's where we really got to know you, Cole.
Absolutely. It was a tough time for a lot of people, and I think motivation was at a very low point.
Yep.
Even for myself, it was just such a good time to be able to focus on
Yeah.
coming on the radio with you guys and chatting through and helping as many people as we could with just the small things.
We obviously have Colin on the show during that time, and never has a professional been able to do so many different exercises with one chair. It was just grab a chair from home, you're stuck at home, grab a chair and we'll do this exercise. Not only that, but Colin had a great impact in our own personal lives as well.
Yeah, indeed. Obviously, Colin became a really good friend of ours over the years, and obviously, Kel and I have both been really open about our lives, the ups, the downs, everything. And I know, just personally, Colin, you got me through one of the worst times of my life. And you were a mentor and a coach and a friend and a pastor, and I don't think I would have gotten through some of the worst years of my life if it wasn't for you, so I'm very, very thankful.
Oh, I appreciate that. And it was really a joy to have both of you guys in the pit and then talking online as well, and just being able to input into your lives.
Yeah, it was
Now,
awesome times.
the pit isn't as scary as it sounds. The pit is actually the area in where Colin will train you. And one of the great things about Colin, it wasn't just exercise and getting the body right. It was also Colin's actual philosophy. You're a very optimistic individual,
Yeah.
and I remember coming to some of our sessions together, and I would be complaining about all my back issues, and I'd be telling Colin all the things I couldn't do. I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this. And about 5 minutes into it, Colin's like, well, let's see what we can do. Let's just try this and see how you go. But your optimistic approach to life has been really impactful, not just for Lucy and myself, but I know to everybody listening through that very tough time during COVID. Colin,
I remember the very first time I said, all right, we're going to grab a bar and we're going to just try and do a light deadlift.
Yeah.
The look on your face.
Sheer terror.
Sheer terror, absolutely.
But it was a step in my journey with
Yeah.
my back issues to realise that I was kind of trapping myself in with all my negative thoughts, and just to give something a go.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
what's the worst that could happen? Actually, on the other side of it, a really great thing happened where I realised I could do more than I thought. So.
And here we are celebrating 3,000 push-ups.
3,000 push-ups?
Oh, no.
Starts now. 1, 2.
We also have a light listener called Steve who, in a roundabout way, heard you, Colin, on our show, and you had a bit of a life change as well, Steve. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you, Lucy, and a long-time listener, but first-time guest on a 3,000 show, so congratulations.
Rarefied air.
So my story was in around 2020 I was made redundant and my health wasn't very good, both physically and mentally. After 30 years in the office, my core strength was really low. So my therapist suggests that physical activity would help with the mental health recovery, and your commitment to mental health and talking about it kind of got me listening to, and then I started hearing Cole as a motivational Mondays, and he was a trainer that would not yell and actually encourage. And I went, that's the guy I want to. And God was prompting me going, let's go try this guy out. And he was local for us as well.
Yeah.
And so it's been a 4-year journey for me.
Yeah.
And I've now got core strength. So before that, I was sort of micro-sleeping on 20-minute drives.
Wow.
It's something you need to be very careful of.
Gosh.
But now I can do long trips as part of my architectural career. So, yeah, Cole has been amazing.
Yeah, and how amazing is Colin, the mental health space? Not just the fitness space, but just that mental health space for you. It was big for me when I trained with Cole, and you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been so encouraging. So he doesn't yell at you, give me 20, but he'll certainly encourage and say, you can do 20 if you try.
Oh, he used to yell at me.
Start at 10.
I did whinge a lot, though. So.
Yes.
Oh, that is so awesome, Stephen. See, this is what I love about the Light family. Just everyone doing life, everyone coming together, everyone just doing the next best thing, helping people where they can. I love this.
One of the core philosophies of our show with Lucy and Kel for breakfast is that one person can be changed through an episode of the show. So if somebody's listening going, oh, actually, that speaks to me, I can relate to that. I'm not alone. I'm not the only one going through this. And I love that you, Steve, and Colin made that connection. And you do look a lot stronger than I feel right now. I should get back to Colin and the pit.
And I think also sometimes the mental health is connected with your physical wellness.
Yeah.
And, you know, even for Steve to be able to come in now to the pit and do all these pull-ups that he couldn't do before, that's part of the journey of, you know, feeling great about yourself by not just the way you might look, but what your body can actually do.
Yeah, very much.
And that's a really good thing.
And good on you, Steve, for doing it. Not just sitting in, sometimes when we're in dark places, we can stay there, but good on you for just doing the next thing, calling someone, getting help, and then 4 years later you're still there, you're still week in, week out. So well done to you. Well done, Colin. Thank you guys for sharing your stories and your journey. Big round of applause for Stephen Cole.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
You're listening to Show 3000.
We've had some amazing guests all morning, but let's cast your mind back to around 12 or 13 years ago on the Lucy and Kel show. Again, we heard on another radio station here in Melbourne, a commercial station, they decided to celebrate relationships going south, and they did this big competition where they were like, ring in and tell us how bad your marriage is and we'll pay for your divorce. And we were like, oh, why would you turn that into entertainment? Like, life is hard enough, right? And so we thought, again, let's go high when everyone goes low. And so we went back and we went, what can we do when times are tough for marriages? Because everyone goes through those seasons. And we're like, you know what? We're going to have a segment called Relationship Reno. We're going to pay for people's marriage counselling, and we're going to give them any sort of support they need. If they're financially struggling, we'll get them financial support. If it's mental health support, we'll do that. If they need a date, we'll send them on a date. And so Relationship Reno was born, and it ran for many, many, many years.
It did.
And we have got one of the original couples from years ago who rang and did Relationship Reno with us, which is just amazing. Emma and Dean join us now with their children. Round of applause. Emma, we're going back now so many years. I don't even remember the year.
So many. I actually found the original audio and sent it through to Casey.
Oh, my goodness.
I did go via a pseudonym at the time.
Right.
My name was Jacinta.
Yeah.
At that particular moment in time, we had very young kids, and I just, wasn't comfortable sort of people knowing that I was struggling. But today we're here in name.
We have to highlight the fact that your willpower and your want to restore your relationship and the bravery it took to even start speaking about that, not just to Lucy and myself, but to the wider audience of the Light family, was very brave indeed.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that, what it was like being on the show, going through Relationship Reno, and fast forward to where you are now.
Well, my mother would be very proud, being that she sort of dobbed us in originally. It was in a very trying time. We had 2 kids under the age of 3, and, you know, we were just struggling as passing ships in the hallway, and just, you know, the niggly fights and those sorts of things, and then trying to deal with lack of sleep and just working out who we were as parents. It came at an amazing time. We'd actually had some major health issues with Dean in the previous year or so before that. And it's amazing. We've actually had very similar health issues with Dean again this year, and for this to come back up at a similar time is just a real God moment.
Just in time for everybody to pray for Dean.
That's right. But yeah, it was at the time I remember thinking, oh, I can't believe I'm talking to someone about this. But it's hard to reflect back and think, how did it impact our relationship 12 years ago? But we made some wonderful friends during the process. We had a dinner that came at a very integral part. We'd just lost Dean's brother. So it was extremely instrumental at the time, and to reflect upon that now and know that we're still together. Yeah. Still arguing just the same.
Hey, that's married life.
It's very relatable.
We've made a show out of it.
But amazingly fond memories, and it's lovely just to be reminded of that today, and have our kids along with us, and they're still alive too, so that's a bonus.
It's good. It's very good. I
So
think
good.
it's a lot of it's great when you even just speak about it right now. I know we even know a few first-time parents with kids, and that period of time between about 0 and 5, the fog of your life and the lack of sleep and the just your whole life being upside down. It's hard enough keeping a relationship healthy at the best of times, but when you've got kids, and kids are great, kids, you're amazing. But also, it takes a lot of responsibility, energy, and effort to keep everything on track. So well done to these two for even just stepping up to talk about their relationship.
And also, you're right, Emma, 12 odd years ago, it wasn't really the done thing. We've had so much dialogue about mental health in recent time, but 12 years ago, being so brave on air and coming on air and then talking about these things wasn't the done thing in the media, in radio certainly, but you were some of the first who did it, and you've benefited from that, and we are so proud of you, so unbelievably proud. You've got great parents, kids, and we're so thankful that you can be here with us today, because that was a really important time of the show for Lucy Kel for many reasons, and I'm so glad you're here and you're thriving today. Big round of applause.
Thank you so
for
much.
Emma and Dean.
Well done, guys. We really
So
do appreciate
good.
it. And we're glad it is working out.
It's so good.
And maybe Lucy and I could take a leaf out of your book sometimes.
You're listening to Show 3000!
Right now, a gentleman that needs somewhat of an introduction, Luce.
Yes, well, he is.
Well, we call him friend,
Yeah.
but he is also in charge of our destinies.
It is the CEO of the line of Positive Media, Clayton B. Yellen.
Clayton B. Yellen,
Thank you very much, everybody. Oh my, how good has this day been, the celebration of what has been... this is a community radio station, right? And what you both do, Lucy and Kel, is invite community to be community. And that's what this has been, a celebration today. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, it has been really overwhelming. I'm trying to cope every break and not lose it, but it's really overwhelming.
Well, at some point we'll break it, right? That's the idea. Hey, can I tell 3 super quick things?
Yes, you're the boss.
And they're sort of actually more like behind the scenes things that for everyone else to know. You may not realise, but I mean, obviously Lucy and Kel do, but I was actually their first content director. That was a role that I had, which basically means, everybody, that it's the person who sort of oversees the music and the announcers and all of the sound of what it is. And at the time, we were looking at Lucy and Kel for different shows. And I was doing that, and they went, no, and went and did a sneaky demo together and said, look, this how good this show is. And I was like, yeah, you are 100% right. This is a far better show than anything I was trying to do. So thank you for making sure that the show actually exists and overriding what I was trying to do, which is fantastic. And I want to tell you about something we're going to do, and it's actually currently in the works. Sadly, it's still being crafted, and we were hoping to have it here today, but it's not here today.
Lucy's like, please be a statue. Please be a statue.
Yeah, I am.
Well, what it is you normally broadcast out of Studio 1 in our Mitcham offices. And so what is currently being made up is an incredible plaque which says, celebrating 3,000 shows with Lucy and Kel. And we're going to permanently affix that into the studio. And so it's going to be there. But the remarkable thing I want to say is that you both have committed very, very early on in the program. I'm talking in the first 12 months to say it is all about the listener. You said it is all about making sure that the voices of community are heard. That was something that you both said, this is what we're about, and you have not let go of it. I remember the moment, and you said, this is what this show is now always about. And you still talk about it. Even today, you've talked about it multiple times. So on that plaque, the incredible thing is that the 3,000, which is in big bold letters, is going to be made up of as many listener names as we can possibly, in the shape of this 3,000.
Well done, guys.
So that's exactly a part of what it is. It's a part of what you guys are about, Lucy and Kel. And it's going to permanently now be there in Studio One. So thank you for committing to community.
That is absolutely lovely. Thank you so
Clayton.
much. That is amazing. It is. It's always every year we plan, we go. It's a show for you, by you, with you. It's what you're the star, and we're just the monkeys who get to push the buttons and facilitate that. So I'm so glad. That's amazing. I love that.
We appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words to our CEO, Clayton B. Allen, everybody.
Thank you.
This is Show 3000.
People have been scanning a QR code and sending in lots of questions, texting in questions, but Casey has narrowed it down to a couple of questions, and producer Casey's going to ask us these questions live.
And we have to give truthful answers?
That's right.
All right.
Absolutely. So first one's from Micah and Flynn, and they're asking you, Lucy and Kel, if you were to bring back an old competition, what would it be?
Ooh.
Where is Micah and Flynn?
Over there, hey.
Well done, guys. Thanks for the question.
Rock and roll.
If we were going to bring back a competition on the show...
There was one thing we did, which I know I was watching the YouTube the other week, where I don't know what the competition was, but I know the punishment was I got to tart and feather Kel live on air, which I did, which was amazing. But no, there was one competition we did where we got our producer at the time, Sensible Gabby. We spray painted a bike pink, and then we went and chained it somewhere in Melbourne in a secret spot, and then we gave clues every day, and you had to go and try and find the bike. It was called On Your Bike, and if you located the bike, you actually won yourself like a brand new high-speed pro racing bike, and I loved that game.
And nobody stole the bike.
The funny thing was, the producer every morning had to go to the place to make sure the council hadn't chopped it off and gotten rid of it, so every morning she'd have to go like 5:30 to this park, which was miles away, just to see if the bike was still there.
And spare a thought for our CEO, Clayton, had probably no idea we were conducting this. And maybe a surprise email from the council with a sizable fine.
No, that didn't happen. I think that one for me. What about you?
Very quickly, we were old enough, kids, you might not know this, but we were old enough for the invention of a thing called the Facebook. And on the Facebook, you used to be able to do those videos.
Lives?
What do you call them now?
Live videos.
Yeah, but on Facebook, it was just like you'd do FaceTime or something, and you'd go on Facebook. And basically, after a show on a Friday, Lucy and I would spend time just on Facebook, just streaming. And there was a particular machine that we had found which was capable of throwing a cream pie into your face.
Yeah.
I can't remember what we were doing with it other than...
It was called Face Splat Friday.
Face Splat Friday.
Yeah.
That sounds like a cool idea.
And we'd go live every Friday and we'd fill it full of cream, and then we'd just sit there live on Facebook streaming. And so many people used to watch, and you keep hitting the button until it eventually
randomly.
Yeah.
And it hit my face a lot more than it hit Lucy's face.
Yeah, and that... So you want to bring that back?
Yeah.
No. No, that's not coming
back
at
all. That'd
all.
be a great idea.
Not at all. All right.
Alrighty. Second one from Taylor from Bentley East. She just had to quickly duck out, but she asked, what has been the easiest but also has been the hardest thing on radio?
Ooh.
The easiest thing on radio is actually the radio bit. Like being able to be in studio with Lucy, being able to have as much fun as we do, being able to interact with you, the Light family, that is an absolute breeze.
That is the easiest
and
bit.
we are very humbled and we do not take it for granted. And the fact that we've been gifted the microphone at 89.9 The Light for as long as we have, it is an honour and it is a privilege and it's very easy for us to do. And we think we're very lucky that we are able to do the show that we do. So we've been able to do it 3,000 times, and it's been the easiest 3,000 shows.
Yeah, that's correct. Creating the show, I think, is easy. The hardest thing, I don't know if there's a hard part to it.
I can be honest, because we're always about being honest at The Light. Life goes on for Lucy and I, so you often see, hey, Lucy and Kel for breakfast. But occasionally there'll be stuff going on just like you all face.
Yeah.
And we have had issues with family. I've had issues with my kids. We've had our own personal issues. And sometimes, it's not a revelation to say that sometimes turning up to work and trying to be as positive as we can be and trying to bring you the best show when we've got stuff going on in real life. But often, sometimes we'll talk about what we've got going on in real life and you guys will make it better.
Aww.
But yeah, I think just like everybody that's got a job, sometimes you have to turn up and you have to do the best you can in spite of the circumstances going on behind the scenes. So that's maybe the toughest part.
That's a good one. Good one.
Beautiful. Next question, Renee from Braybrook asked, what's piece of advice do you tell your younger self? I'm 11 and I love listening to you guys every morning.
Oh, younger self. I would say be brave, be fearless, know your worth, know that you are enough, know that you have a voice and that you can do anything, you can be anything, and that you have a great purpose and a destiny, and to just live in that. And don't be scared about what other people think. Just to walk in this life and to take every single moment out of every day and be thankful for it. Yeah. That's just that.
Yeah, beautiful.
I cannot say anything better or more encouraging than that.
That was lovely. Well, last question from Jodie Joy. She asked...
She's here in the front row.
What do you find helps you to be able to be present and show up every weekday morning and host a show, especially when things are tough, like you mentioned, Kel?
Yeah,
I'm holding up, for those of you listening to the show on the radio, I'm holding up a cup of coffee. Caffeine.
I will now give you the real answer.
Caffeine gets me up and about and gets me present, gets me firing on all cylinders. This is my third coffee this morning.
Can you tell? It really is. When things are tough, Jodie, and I think Kel touched on this just before, we are mere humans trying to get through life, but it is the light, and I know this, you just must believe me, it is the Light family that carries us, because what you have all created is this kind, non-judgmental, safe, beautiful place where I have gone on air and I've gone, hey everyone, I'm just having a bad day and I'm hormonal and I got perimenopause and I'm a murder my husband. And women will be like, yay, we love you, it's all good, we're with you, I've got that too. And so I love that.
Run, Kel, run.
But I love we've created this community that is so safe for me and for everybody. And so what makes me turn up on the hard days is the family, the Light listeners. It's the only reason we have been here for 3,000 shows. We've been at the station 17 years. It is the Light listeners. You feel like family to me, like flesh and blood family, and that's why we still do it, because of you. You don't know how obsessed we are with you. We just love you. So that's what we do.
Well said. Are they all the questions?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Thank you so much,
guys.
everybody.
It was lovely, very deep.
We'll be mingling a little later on, so feel free to ask any more questions that we can answer. That was Last Calls. That's probably my favourite Last Calls of the year. Thank you, everybody.
You're listening to Show 3000!
Our first special guest for this half hour is somebody that I'm very thankful for, because has done a lot of babysitting of me as a grown-up, and all will make sense very, very shortly.
Yeah. If you've listened to Lucy and Kel for any of those 3,000 shows, you'll know that every year for nearly 10 years we went overseas to the developing world with CBM, and the Light listeners gave to give people the miracle of sight. We've been to Nepal numerous times, Vietnam numerous times, and the Philippines numerous times. You went to Africa, and the lady that corralled us on all those trips, looked after us, worked at CBM, was the amazing Mariska Meldrum, who joins us now. Good morning, Mariska.
Hey!
We've travelled the world together. Thank you for being here, Mariska.
That's a pleasure. What a huge crowd.
Yeah, it's been great, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Some of our memories overseas, some of the most important memories to Kel and I, the work that CBM does, the fact that we got to go to the field and witness people get their eyesight back is something that has changed me forever as a person. I'll never be the same. You know that. I just love the work of CBM. But you were with us through all those years, Mariska.
Oh, it was incredible, and to see you guys get up at 1 a.m. so that you could broadcast your shows live from hospitals. I remember the year a bat flew into your head while you were broadcasting live.
That's right, the little bat.
Yeah.
I forgot that. There were so many. We got stuck in a typhoon. We were trapped in Vietnam in a remote village for about a week.
Yeah, it was so many incredible adventurous times, but also I'll never forget the moment you were there and you were crying your eyes out because we had met a young mother the day before who hadn't ever been able to see her children, and we were there at the moment that she got her sight back.
Yeah.
And I remember you hugging her, and I think we captured that moment with a photo, but you were there and got to see her children for the first time.
Yeah, her name was Manmaya. It was in Nepal, and she had daughters the same age as my daughter at the time, which was 4 at the time. And I got to see her daughter for the first time, and I was hysterical beyond belief. And she was very calm. And I actually have that photo printed out at home because it's such a special moment. Yeah. Mariska, we love the work of CBM.
Miracles Day, and we've said this before, was one of the great days on the calendar as we were broadcasting one of our many 3,000 shows with Lucy and Kel for breakfast, and the entirety of the whole station being turned over to such an amazing cause. And the great news is that Mariska is not done with any of that. We might be seeing more of Mariska moving into the new year. However, I will say, Mariska, from your point of view, it's not just about taking us over to these locations. It's also about the relationship building between the Light family and the organisations that you're a part of, and the fact that they could have such an impact on the people that you're working with.
Yeah. Oh, it was. And like, I'm just so pleased to announce that over those years, we were able to give more than 400,000 people their sight back.
That's phenomenal. That's you, Light family.
400,000 people seeing because of the work of the Light listeners. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Mariska. We love you. We love travelling the world with you. Thanks for babysitting us and keeping us safe all those times. And we can't wait to chat to you again very soon about some other stuff. But a big shout out to all the organisations that the Light has partnered with. CBM, the Salvos. The list is absolutely endless.
Melbourne City Mission.
Feed the Hungry, Destiny Rescue, Food Bank, soon to be Convoy of Hope. So many different things. So, and that's all you, Light family. You're the ones that make that all happen.
Well, just another great example of the radio station as a whole, giving people the opportunity to do more than they think they can in their day-to-day lives. You can do amazing things with the power of the Light family all coming together.
This is Show 3000.
As always, we've been talking about how the show is your show. It's how the listeners, we often chat to, Shelley Craft or Scotty Cam from The Block or celebrities, but that doesn't actually make our hearts sing. It's talking to you, it's hearing your stories. And one of those people and one of those stories is a listener called Jody, who joins us now live. Hi, Jody.
Hello.
Jody, big round of applause for Jody. Because
thank you.
Jody shared her story many years ago during an appeal. We won't go into all the details this morning, but we will touch on some of the themes. Jody, you called us years ago and you let us know that you'd gone through a tough time. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I actually made a donation online and put just a little thing in the message box. Don't know what it was. And God told whoever read that message, you need to call her. And Sabina called me and said, tell me a bit more about your story. And my story was pretty dark. I didn't want to be here, and I didn't want my husband or children to be here without me. And that's the path that I was on. And the Light was bringing me back every time I was at that edge. And Sabina was like, would you like to share that story? And I said, I haven't even told my husband how dark it was during that time. I'm not telling Melbourne. But God said, no, you're going to. And so I did. And I shared my story, and I had so many letters and messages from people that listened saying thank you for talking about it. I knew it was a tricky one to talk about because there was going to be a lot of judgment, and I knew that was coming, but God said, no, this is the place for you to talk because it's a safe space. And it's a safe space because of you two. You created a beautiful safe space where I could share something that was so incredibly raw and vulnerable. And because of that, I've had beautiful messages from people that, from me sharing my story, it has saved their lives as well.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's many radio stations that can say, we've saved lives, Like, you actually are saving lives, changing lives, making lives better, and that's what you do day in, day out. For 3,000 times you've done that.
Oh,
Jody. So it's an incredible honour to be part of this family, and it is a family. You can listen to other radio stations or stuff like that, but can you text them and get a text message back, or can you feel like you know them, and your vulnerability, your rawness, and you are unapologetically, authentically you, both of you, on your good days, your bad days. You share that with us, and I'm so grateful. I want to say thank you.
Oh.
And I know there's, doctors and nurses and paramedics can say, my job, we save lives. Not many radio hosts can say that, but you two absolutely can, because you do.
Jody, that's much too kind. Much too kind. Again, it's the Light family. It's the Light family building the Light. So there is a radio station where we can talk about all things, mental health and faith and God. And it's a testament to all the listeners who have given and built into this station over 20-odd years, 40 years since the test broadcast. People have built it for you, for me, for everybody. So we're just part of it all, and we're so thankful that you're here. We remember taking your call all those years ago. Jody now, she's always at the station. She volunteers. She's always there during appeals, taking calls. She's a part of the furniture now.
Please donate next appeal. Call me up. I'll have a chat with you. Just call up and you donate $1 or or $10, I'll have a chat with you.
Good, yes, keep going, yes. Jodie, we lovely. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for sharing that. We are so proud of you for being so vulnerable, for speaking what you've gone through, because you changed so many lives. We still hear about it to this day. It's one of the most extraordinary stories.
Takes a lot of strength.
Yeah, we love you, Jodie. We're so proud of you. Big round of applause for
well done, Jodie.
this incredible woman.
You're listening to Show 3000!
For all of those of you that have been here since about 4 this morning, thank you so much for the support live here at Mitcham Social. Thanks for the support for Show 3000, and Lucy has some thank yous to get to before we wrap this thing up for a Friday.
We'd just like to do a bunch of thank yous. First of all, we just want to thank, the whole team at The Light, the management, the board, but all the staff that are here, the volunteers.
Everyone in a blue T-shirt.
Everyone who made it possible. Yes.
You are superstars.
The tech team, of course.
The tech team.
Yes, very good.
Look at them.
Especially Lydia and Helen and Casey, who made today so amazing. 3 powerhouse women. We want to thank boss MJ. We've got a great mentor in him, mentor Craig Bruce, who couldn't be here as well. We want to thank our producers over those 3,000 shows, starting with producer Linda, Sensible Gabby, producer Ro, may she rest in peace, Aizen, and of course current producer Casey. Big round of applause.
Casey.
We want to thank our families, our friends who've been with us through these 3,000 years. It can be a tough
Did you
life.
say 3,000 years?
It feels like 3,000 years. I feel like I look 3,000 years old from doing Brekkie Radio this long. 3,000 shows. Most importantly, though, the biggest thank you goes to the Light listeners and the family. This is your show. This is your station. You've built it. The only reason we're here is because you're here and you have created this juggernaut. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you to the whole Light family. Personally, from Kel and I know this has been a celebration, and I don't want to. I want to celebrate, but I've got to say this because you never know. Life is short, right? And you never know what's going to happen or what's around the corner. So I just want to say, from Kel and I, the biggest thank you of our lives. You have stuck with us. You have embraced us for 17 years at the Light, 13 together. You have walked with us through the worst parts of our life. And you haven't judged us. You've loved us. You've celebrated us. You've celebrated our wins. You celebrated us falling in love and getting married, and that's really special for us. We will never ever take that relationship for granted. These 13 years together with you have been the best of our lives, and the only reason we're now the longest running show in Melbourne is because of you, and we just want you to know that this is the greatest honour of our lives, and we're so very thankful. We will never take you or this moment for granted, and it has been an overwhelming morning, but we just wanted to let you know how much you mean to us.
Well said. Round of applause for Lucy. And those lovely words, I echo everything that you've just said. I'm not choking up through emotions.
Aww.
I had one of those deep-fried
oh, gosh.
little cheese balls just before, and I'm choking on my food. I will say a massive thank you to everybody that has come out to support us today, all the support that we ever receive on the text messages and on the phones, and I think 3 cheers for the Light family.
Yeah.
3 cheers for the Light family. Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Hip, hip.
Hooray!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up Show 3000. Here's to next Monday and Show 3001. Don't forget to love yourself and each other. Good day to you, sir.
Good day to you, kind sir.
And until we meet again,
Toi-hoi!
You're listening to Show 3000 with Lucy and Kel, live on 89.9 The Light. The Lucy and Kel podcast.
And dare I say, at the end of another successful bonus podcast where we celebrated Show 3000 from a couple of weeks ago. The memories, Luce.
It was such an incredible day. One of the best days of my life. Massive thanks, of course, to everyone at The Light, the whole team that made it happen. Everybody, Helen, Lydia, producer Casey, who just produced the most extraordinary show. The biggest of thanks to the 300 listeners who came down, started lining up at 4:30 a.m. just to get into the venue for 6, which was wild. The biggest of love and thanks to everyone that turned up. That was so amazing. And we got so many gifts and presents. It was just beautiful.
It was great. And an extra special thanks to producer Casey, because after Show 3000, everyone's like, we should edit that up and make it a podcast. And I said,
nah, I'm good.
No.
And Casey said, no, we're doing it.
We're doing it. I want it for the memories because I've said this before. If I ever die, and like we're all going to die one day, but
which is the way you start most of your sentences.
At least my daughter could listen back to this show, you know, or her daughter, or her daughter's daughter, or in 30,000 years' time, they'll have it archived, and our ancestors can listen to
Hello,
it.
family tree of Holmes and McWilliams.
Ancestry.com.
It's becoming far more important than I thought it was.
Anyway, thanks,
to
Casey.
everybody. Thanks, Casey. Thanks for joining us for this week of podcasts. We'll be back on Monday, and it's a big week next week in the life of the station that we broadcast from, 89.9 The Light. We might give you some details about that next week. There will be a podcast on Monday. Until then, have a great whatever the time of day it is for you right now. And until we meet again, everybody.
Whoop, whoop.
Well, that's all for now, but you can download more podcasts anytime or catch Lucy and Kel live weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on 89.9 The Light.
This is the end bit. This is the end bit.
Woo!
This is the end bit of the show.
And bit.